Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayat Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Nishtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 4, Vidura approaches Maitreya, text number 17 onwards. Mantreshu mam va upahuya yatvam akuntita khanda sadatma bodha Riche prabhu mugdha iva pramattas tanno mano mohyati deva. O my Lord, your eternal self is never divided by the influence of time, and there is no limitation to your perfect knowledge. Thus you were sufficiently able to consult with yourself, yet you called upon me for consultation. As if bewildered, although you were never bewildered, and this act of yours bewilders me. Mohyati me. So Krishna many times would call upon Uddhavji to give him advice. Now Uddhavji is saying, you are beyond anything. No, nothing can put you in illusion or nothing can bewilder you. Yet you used to call upon me for consultation. So another contradiction. Only devotee can understand this. Uddhava was never actually bewildered, but he says that all these contradictions appear to be bewildering. The whole discussion between Krishna and Uddhava was meant for the benefit of Maitreya, who was sitting nearby. The Lord used to call Uddhava for consultation when the city was attacked by Jarasandha and others, and when he executed great sacrifices as part of his routine royal work as Lord of Dwarka. The Lord has no past, present, and future because he is unhampered by the influence of eternal time, and thus nothing is hidden from him. He is eternally self-intelligent, therefore his calling for Uddhava to give him enlightenment is certainly astonishing. All these actions of the Lord appear to be contradictory, although there is no contradiction in the routine activities of the Lord. Therefore it is better to see them as they are and not attempt to explain them. So, of course, Prabhupada said, do not try to explain them. They appear to be contradictory, but there is no contradiction because Krishna always wants to give credit to his devotees. Although he knows everything, he knows past, present, future. So what was there for him to consult Uddhava about? But he wants to give credit to his devotees. That's how much he loves his devotees. Even the war of Mahabharata, was it difficult for Krishna to kill everybody? Krishna had already decided. He had shown in the universal form that all these warriors, except you 5 Pandavas, none of them is going to remain alive. He could have easily killed them, but then he allowed Arjun to go ahead and kill. Arjun and Bhim, they were the main warriors who killed so many warriors. And on the other side, Bhishmadev and Dronacharya. But he allowed Arjun to kill and get the credit of winning the war. So for a non-devotee, this could be contradictory. What is this? So Krishna is, you all say Krishna is omnipotent, but he cannot finish his own war. And how can he be called omnipotent? Well, besides omnipotent, he is merciful as well. just like there's a contradiction that Krishna makes all these laws, rules about meat eating. If you kill an animal, eat its meat, you have to suffer. Then those who are meat eaters, because they don't get the punishment right away for killing an animal or killing a cow, and for killing a cow there's severe punishment, and they don't get the punishment right away. So then they say, oh, so you don't have a God. God said he would punish somebody who kills cows, but we are not getting punished. So your God is worthless. Your God is God doesn't have any strength. But they don't understand. It's mercy of the Lord also. They all are. We all are sons and daughters of Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, and he's just being merciful. He's just giving us more time to rectify ourselves. Because after death, definitely Yamraj and Yamdutas are not going to leave the person alone. But he still gives us time to rectify ourselves, to change ourselves, to beg for forgiveness for the crimes, for the sins we have committed. So he is omnipresent, he is omniscient, he is omnipotent, everything. But more than that, he is merciful. So that mercy factor always comes in front. That mercy factor takes over all his decisions. But this is where only devotees can understand. Nobody else can. Text 18. Jnanam param swatmaraha prakasham provacha kasmai bhagwan samagram apikshamam no krishnaya bharta vadanjasa yad vrijinam tarema. My Lord, kindly explain to us, if you think us competent to receive it, that transcendental knowledge which gives enlightenment about yourself and which you explained before to Brahmaji. A pure devotee like Uddhava has no material afflictions because he engages constantly in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. A devotee feels afflicted without the association of the Lord. Constant remembrance of the Lord's activities keeps the devotees alive. And therefore Uddhava requested that the Lord please enlighten him with the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam as previously instructed to Brahmaji. So just before this, Uddhavji, of course, chronologically, this, whatever we are talking about, this happened before Uddhav's conversation with Viduraji. So Uddhavji, after listening to everything, then how he remembered Krishna's pastimes. Basically, he summed it up in 2 chapters. So he was always thinking of Krishna. And here also, he wants to think, so he says, please give us a transcendental knowledge. And see the humble position he's taking. If you think us competent to receive it, he's not saying, I'm ready, I'm eligible, I'm qualified. Even Maitreya never said that. Although Prabhupada said he was not qualified because he is a mixed devotee. But even whatever the reason may be, it is said that he lowered his shoulders and he was listening with rapt attention. And here Uddhavji is saying, if I'm competent to receive, if you think I'm competent to receive it, please give me the knowledge what you gave to Brahmaji. Because he always wanted to think of Krishna. Text 90. Iti yavedit hardaya mayam sa bhagwan para adi deshar arvindaksha atmana paramam sitam. When I thus expressed my heartfelt desires unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the lotus-eyed Lord instructed me about his transcendental situation. So then Krishna started speaking. When he sees the audience is receptive and eager to listen, and they're qualified, then only he speaks. Otherwise, why would he speak? The words Paramam Stitim are significant in this verse. The Lord's transcendental situation was not even spoken of to Brahma when the 4 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam were explained. This transcendental situation comprises his dealings with devotees engaged in transcendental loving service, as exhibited at Dwarka and Vrindavan. When the Lord explained his specific transcendental situation. It was meant for Uddhava only. And therefore Uddhava particularly said, Mayam unto me, although the great sage Maitreya was also sitting there. Such a transcendental situation is hardly understood by those whose devotion is mixed with speculative knowledge or fruitive activities. So he wanted to understand Krishna's position, and he's saying, tell it to me. And Prabhupada explains, because Maitreya ji would not have been able to understand. The Lord's activities in confidential love are very rarely disclosed to general devotees who are attracted by devotion mixed with knowledge and mysticism. Such activities are inconceivable pastimes of the Lord. So they are the inconceivable pastimes, which are so difficult to understand, to be understood. That's why Krishna, although he says in Bhagavad Gita that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Viveti Tattva Tyakta Deham Punarjan Neti Mameti Swarjuna. So one who knows my transcendental activities and transcendental birth-taking pastime, one who knows it in truth, he does not take birth again. So somebody says, oh, it's so easy not to come back, not to take birth again. Just we all have to know Krishna's pastimes and truth. But is it so easy to understand Krishna's pastimes and truth? And this understanding is not theoretical understanding. This understanding, what we're talking, is a realization. Is it that easy? No. Big scholars, big yogis cannot understand Krishna. They just can't. For them, Krishna is very mystical, mysterious person. And they don't understand that he is a supreme personality of Godhead, although performing all these wonderful pastimes. Just look behind me in the picture. Krishna is a little baby sitting on the laps of Mother Yashoda and eating makhan and having this loving pastimes with his mother. Even Brahmaji got bewildered. How can this little boy be Supreme Personality of Godhead? But in Vrindavan, all his devotees, all his associates, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, they never, ever, even in their dreams, think that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Never. Krishna cannot even bewilder them with his opulence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, when he lifted Govardhan hill, when he was standing under it and with his little finger of the left hand, he was holding up the whole Govardhan. All the cowherd boys, what did they do? Did they think, oh, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we have to show him chamar and do arti and then he will be pleased with us? No. He said, Kana, your hand must get tired, so we'll help you with the sticks. So we will put sticks under Govardhan and keep it up. This is their love. This is their relationship with Krishna. Krishna showed so many pastimes in Vrindavan. So many. And every pastime could easily relate or could easily make him recognized as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Brajvasis will also, nah, he's not Supreme Personality. He is not Bhagwan. Or if he is being protected, he always does these wonderful activities because we are praying to Narayan and Narayan is protecting. He is not God. So he can never make them understand that he is God. In fact, he doesn't want to because that will be a big obstacle for their reciprocation of love. But these are so inconceivable pastimes that Nobody can understand. And that's when, if people, because people don't have devotion, they misunderstand. They they misconceive his pastimes, his position, his everything. That is their misfortune actually. स एवम् आराधित पादतीर्थान् दधीत तत्त्वात्म विबोध मार्गा प्रणम्य पादो परिवृत्य देवम् इहा गतो aham virahat turatma. I have studied the path of understanding self-knowledge from my spiritual master, the personality of Godhead. And thus, after circumambulating him, I have come to this place, very much aggrieved due to his separation. Shri Uddhav's actual life is a direct symbol of the Chatushloki Bhagavatam, enunciated first to Brahmaji by the personality of Godhead. These four very great and important verses from Srimad Bhagavatam are particularly taken out by the Mayavadi speculators who construe a different purport to suit their impersonal view of monism. Here is a proper answer to such unauthorized speculators. The verses of Srimad Bhagavatam are purely theistic science, understandable by the postgraduate students of Bhagavad Gita. So those four verses of Bhagavatam can only be understood once we understand Bhagavad Gita properly. And then we go to the next class. The unauthorized dry speculators are offenders at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna because they distort the purpose of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to mislead the public and prepare a direct path to the hell known as Andhata Mishra. So unauthorized dry speculators. So they write commentaries on Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada saying they're preparing a direct path to hell known as Andhata Mishra because they are in so much of ignorance that they'll be put in this Andhata Mishra, means Tamishra, means that place is completely in darkness. In fact, below earth, Bhagavatam says, sunlight does not go to the planets below earth. But there are so many planets where they are Nagloka and other places. And these Nags have money, beautiful jewels on their forehead. And that's how the whole planet is lightened. But Andhata Mishra is a hellish planet. There is no light at all. Complete darkness. So these speculators, they are in complete darkness of ignorance. So that is the right place for them. They unnecessarily take shelter of Shipa Shankaracharya, but he was not so drastic as to commit an offense at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. According to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shipa Shankaracharya preached the Mayavadi philosophy for a particular purpose. Such a philosophy was necessary to defeat the Buddhist philosophy of the non-existence of the spiritual soul. But it was never meant for perpetual acceptance. It was an emergency. Thus Lord Krishna was accepted by Shankaracharya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his commentation on Bhagavad Gita. Since he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, he did not dare write any commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, because that would have been a direct offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. But later speculators in the name of Mayavad philosophy unnecessarily make the commentary on Chatushloki Bhagavatam without any bona fide intent. So Shiva Shankaracharya, who's the acharya of this Mayavad philosophy, Mayavadi school, he himself never wrote a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. And he wrote many places, he wrote about bhakti. In fact, other day we were chanting this beautiful, very beautiful bhajan written by Shankaracharya. It is known as Krishna Ashtakam. I'll try to post it on a group. Beautiful bhajan. And it is sung very nicely by Pandit Jasraj and so many other singers. And there Shankaracharya has described describe the beauty of Krishna wonderfully. How beautiful Krishna is. So definitely he gave that philosophy because it was ordered by Krishna to him, but he didn't believe in that philosophy. Because in the end also he said, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam Mudamate. Oh, Murkha, or really rascal, just worship Krishna. Bhaj Govindam, chant his name. The monastic dry speculators have no business in the Srimad Bhagavatam because this particular Vedic literature is forbidden for them by the great author himself. Srila Vyasadeva has definitely forbidden persons engaged in religiosity, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and from trying to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not meant for them. Sripad Sridhar Swami, the great commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam, has definitely forbidden the salvationists or monists to deal in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is not for them. Yet such unauthorized person perversely try to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, and thus they commit offenses at the feet of the Lord, which even Sripad Shankaracharya dared not to. Thus they prepare for the continuation of miserable life. It should be particularly noted herein that Uddhava studied the Chatushloki Bhagavatam directly from the Lord, who spoke them first to Brahmaji. And this time the Lord explained more confidentially the self-knowledge mentioned as a Paramam Sitim. Upon learning such self-knowledge of love, Uddhava felt very much aggrieved by feelings of separation from the Lord. Unless one is awakened to the stage of Uddhava, everlastingly feeling the separation of Lord in transcendental love as exhibited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also one cannot understand the real import of the four essential verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. So these four essential verses we discuss sometime back. And Prabhupada is writing, unless one comes to the level of separation, feelings of separation from the Lord, one cannot understand those verses. It's amazing. Means Bhagavatam is so important. It's not just once we read Bhagavatam, we'll understand every in and out of it. No way. And more we study Bhagavatam, then more we perform devotional service. And again, when we study Bhagavatam, a different meaning will come out because we have different realizations. Right? And our consciousness is different. Then. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, also the same thing. Different meanings will come out of the same purport of Prabhupada, same verses of Krishna, but a different, altogether different meaning will come. So, but for Bhagavatam, this Chatushloki, it's important. One comes to that high level of bhakti, then only he can understand these four verses. Just like Uddhavji understood. One should not indulge in the unauthorized act of twisting the meaning and thereby putting himself on the dangerous path of offense. So when we twist the meaning of Bhagavatam, especially this Chatushloki Bhagavatam, and we try to speculate on the meaning in our own way, then we start finding faults with even devotees who have commented properly on Bhagavatam. We start finding faults with Bhagavatam, with Krishna's pastimes. Just like previous few verses, we are reading about apparent contradiction in his pastimes, in his dealings with devotees. And when we find some fault with Krishna, means we are not going to make progress now. Krishna is beyond any faults. Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's name, Krishna's dealing with his devotees beyond any kind of fault. He's not a conditioned soul just like us. He does not have fault effect just like us. He does not have imperfect senses, a tendency to cheat. He does not get illusioned. That's just for us. But because we are illusioned, we are under the control of Maya, we think Krishna is also like us. How can he be away? Look at his activities. He steals the clothes of gopikas. He goes to Raslila with so many gopis. He steals butter. He runs away from the battlefield. If somebody wants to just put a doubt about Krishna and Krishna's position, he can easily do that in the heart of those who already have doubts. But those who are its devotees, they have no doubt. Whether they can or cannot logically or properly answer or refute these contradictions, still they don't have doubts about Krishna. So like Prabhupada is saying, we have to understand this Chatushloki Bhagavatam or any part of Bhagavatam, we have to come to the level of at least Bhav Bhakti, if not even Prema Bhakti. At least come there, then we can understand. Not just understand, we'll relish Bhagavatam then. So now Janmashtami is coming up, Prabhupada Vyaspuja is coming up, so many festivals are there. So this is the time when we can go and do lots of service and pray to Krishna. Because he is very merciful on his day of birth, day of appearance. Special day for him also. So we can beg him, Krishna, please, give me some attachments, give me some taste in chanting and chanting your names, hearing your pastime, and serving you and associating with your devotees. Give me some taste, give me some affection for that. And when we get that taste, then definitely we'll understand more and we relish more. Chanting his name, serving, reading, hearing, everything will relish more. But that can only happen by mercy of Krishna. So Janmashtami is a beautiful day, and next day Prabhupada Vyaspuja, we can beg to Prabhupada, please engage us. Please give me some feelings towards the holy name. And Prabhupada can grant that easily. Because a devotee of Krishna is more merciful than Krishna because he knows the purpose of Krishna. And when the devotee grants something, Krishna has to sanction it. Yes. To approach Krishna is difficult, but to approach Prabhupada is very easy. It's very, very much approachable. So we just have to beg for the mercy. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to Krishna Prabhupada. Thank you very much for this advice which you gave in the end, that approaching a devotee is very easy, and it's easy to please him compared to pleasing Krishna. So this is one advice you have always been giving, and it has really worked very beautifully. And I feel it's more easy to seek the mercy from a devotee like you than even talking.
I said
You please
approach
give your...
Prabhupada. Don't
No, we are
change my
approaching.
words.
I'm not changing your words. I feel this, that if you will give your mercy, I can have a better taste. So on this Janmashtami, please bless me, so I can have a better reading.
I don't have anything. I am not a devotee. Prabhupada, we should approach Prabhupada. That's all I can say.
But Prabhupada is directing me to you.
No, you're in Maya.
No, Prabhuji, we need your blessings on this Janmashtami.
No, Prabhupada. Only ask for Prabhupada. Blessings. Anyway, any other question will come?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It seems that you should continue giving the classes and we should keep listening. It is really nice. Thank you so much. Please accept my humble obeisance and thank you so, so, so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mata. Please
Jai
accept my
Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Mata.
you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.